All right, what's up, everybody? Steven here, the Horror Freak 85, and here with Miss Boomstick as always. And tonight we will be discussing TV horror shows. So, you want to go ahead and start out what you got there?
I'll talk about one of the later, more recent ones I've watched. All of Us Are Dead. It's kind of, I almost say a big phenomenon. Not as big as Squid Game, but a lot of people are talking about it. It's on Netflix. It's Korean. It's a zombie movie. It's in the same universe as what exists in the where the movie Train to Busan is, because they referenced the movie. So the movie happens, I should say, or word it correctly. The movie happens in this universe, so they at least know about zombies and whatnot in this. But as the zombies are the same, pretty much. They have that motion and they're kind of fast, like Train to Busan zombies,
Okay.
and it has like the same feels. Like you'll get you in the feels a few times, like Train to Busan, and it's a really good TV show.
I haven't checked it out yet.
I watched it dubbed, but you can watch it subbed or whatever. The dubbed isn't that bad. It's not like completely ridiculous like the old dub stuff used to be. But
Where it's like this, and yes, and then that's how it is. Yes, everything.
yeah, the dub's
Oh,
really
yeah.
not that bad. It doesn't distract you enough, and the voices are not that horrible.
Right.
Sometimes the voices just don't match whatsoever, but it's really not that bad. I watched it; it's really good.
Okay. Might have to check it out. I haven't even watched Squid Games yet. There was like Squid Games, so I'm like, I don't know. One of
That's
these
another
days.
one that's on my list is Squid Game.
It's like I know the premise of it. It's like it almost reminds me of the movie God God's among the gods will it or something like that. I forget. I'll have to look it up. But they play all these games and there's like this giant cat and they're dressed up as mice and it's coming down on them. As the gods will it, I believe it's called. It turns out it's like got a twist, like it's all these high schools and all these Japanese kids, and it's got these death games, and it's really weird.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I don't know much about that, but Squid Game, they get people that are hard up for money. And the dad from Train to Busan is actually in this, but he only has like a couple parts in it. So he's in, I think, just a couple episodes. He's not in it a lot. And but yeah, they get these people, so they kind of go willingly, but they kidnap them. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like they agree willingly, but they kidnap them because they don't really know what they're getting into. And if they win the Squid Game, they're supposed to get like a bunch of money. And then they play children games, and if you lose, you die. And that was like one. Well, pretty much everybody's. I think that's in all the trailers, and everybody's been talking about. It's not that
Yeah,
much of
I've
a
seen like the
spoiler.
red light, green light stuff or whatever.
Yes,
The doll.
that doll is. Oh my god! And then there's another twist in it. They are supposed to be making a second one. I've seen. I don't know when it's coming, but they are supposed to be making another one because at the end you could see the games
It's
are
set
still
up.
going on, and so the person decides. I don't know how to word it without spoiling it. Let's say they leave it open at the end for another one, and then I did see a confirmation somewhere. I just don't remember where that there will be another one. So that'd
It's
be interesting.
it's the new version of Survivor, but literally.
Yeah, yeah. And there also, besides that twist, there is another twist in the movie as well that you don't find out. You kind of have like suspicions a little bit, but
So just pay
kind of
attention to
not
it.
really. But
Just pay attention to it.
yeah,
Yep, I gotta check those out. There's another one I haven't checked out yet, but I heard it's pretty good, and supposedly it's like one of the scariest ones on Netflix. That Archive 81 or something with a demon
I've heard a
cult.
lot about it, but I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet. So I don't know anything about that show.
I don't either. I just heard about it. Like it's supposedly really scary, and it's like about some demon cult or something like
Yeah,
that.
there's another one that starts with an M. I don't remember if I put it in my list because I meant to watch it and I never got it, and I didn't put it in my list.
It
There's
says
another one that starts with an M that's on Netflix. For life of me, I can't remember what it's called, but it's supposed to be really scary.
um, for Archive 81, it says an archivist hired to restore a collection of tapes finds himself reconstructing the work of a filmmaker in her investigation into a dangerous cult. So,
Oh, yeah, I did put it in my list. It's Marianne on Netflix. I heard that one's really scary as well.
what
I
was it,
believe it
Marian or something, or is that?
maybe it looked like it might have been Spanish or something
Oh.
to that effect. It wasn't like Korean, but it was foreign. So I was guessing Spanish, but I could be wrong. I didn't look it up. I meant to watch it. I put it in my list, and then I never got around to watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen people talk about it and said it was really scary. So take that how you will, because some people
Are
like
scared easy, or scared
say
easily. It's
that
like
there
watch
is
stuff that's like, this
scary and
isn't
it's not.
scary. I know that's happened. It's like I'm watching this, I'm like, this isn't scary. No. So it's like, oh, this is the scariest of all time. Really?
Yeah, they did that with this one movie on Netflix. I want to say it was called Veronica. And it started with V. I know that. And it
Oh, I
was
think so.
Spanish, I believe. Something to that effect. And everybody's like, oh, this is so scary. You can't fish. I watched it. And I was like, this is kind of boring. I don't even think I ended up finishing either that or I fell asleep. I was like, this isn't that scary.
I think that was like another possession one or something, right?
I think so. Hey, Doomsday.
So, welcome. We're discussing some Netflix shows right now. So,
I know one thing is it's not Spanish. It's Argentinian, I believe. It's a movie, not a TV series though, but Terrified. Oh my god, it's on Shudder.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's anywhere else, but oh my god, the first time I watched that, it was during the day, by the way. I got so creeped out, I had to shut it off, give myself a break before I went back and watched it. It creeped me out so bad.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. So, any
Learn about some TV shows while you're doing your paperwork.
Any recent TV shows though that you've seen, horror shows, or what's your favorite horror TV show? If you want to comment whenever you get a chance, no problem since you're busy. But if you want to let us know, feel free.
I watched another one on recently on Netflix called Sweet Home. It's either Korean or Japanese. I had conflicting reports on this, so I'm not really sure. I didn't like look it up. I was talking to people. Apparently, there was a video game, a Japanese video game, and then there was like a really old movie based off that video game. But I was told that this TV show is not related to that, but it's not in like the list of Korean movies. So I don't know. It may have been Korean, it may have been Japanese. I don't know. If it has anything to do with this video game, I don't know. But it seems video game-esque, kind of. There's a lot of weird-ass monsters in this. Right. It's like this virus. And when you get infected, you turn into this, like, monster. Like, it starts out with, like, a nosebleed, and it just, like, continues from there. And it's like all these people are trapped in this, I'll call it apartment complex. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it is, because it has like a grocery store and stuff in it, and they like bunker down in there because like the whole city is basically infected by this thing. And one person was able to, I should say not just one person, there was a few people that were able to kind of control. They were infected, they could still kind of monsterize, but they are able to control it where they can, it's, I don't know. It's all right. It's not as good as the other ones, but if you like weird ass Asian monsters, I would definitely check it out. It's probably about the best. So it's not the best as the other ones, but it's still a pretty decent watch. I'm told it's anime approved.
I don't know if they're making it a series or a movie. I can't remember. I think it might be a series. But they're going to do the Alice based on the video game, the Madness one, the McGee video game. I don't know if you remember that. Well, like basically she's like in a mental hospital, or all this weird stuff is going on. And it's like a really scary version of Alice in Wonderland. Like here's I don't know if you can see it, a picture. That's the video game that they have there. And yeah, they're supposed to be turning it into a series. So, or a movie. I forget which. I'll have to see if I can track it down. But I'm hoping it's a series because it looks like it would be pretty good. So I think it's what's the word, episodic or whatever. So yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about. There's not very many video games I know very much about because I'm not a huge gamer. There is a few games I play, but I've never been huge into gaming, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
never. But like most, I mean, there's some horror games that I've played back in the day, but you know, so. But I
Yeah,
did
I
play
have
that
a
one.
lot of horror games I don't really play, but I have some.
I
I
want to play
pretty
the
much stick
Evil.
to 2 games, and that's it.
I want to play the Evil Dead game. That looks like it's gonna be good. So.
I know I made a post the other day. It's like, if anybody has an extra $200 laying around, because that came with like the T-shirt. It was like extra skins for the game. You get like a full size Necronomicon thing that comes with it.
Oh wow!
It's like,
I saw
yeah,
there was like some pack or something, but I didn't see everything that came with it. But.
yeah. There was a bunch of stuff. I know I'm forgetting stuff, but there was a bunch of stuff in it. Like, yeah, anybody has an extra $200 around.
Yeah, sure.
I'll take that.
Toss it our way there. Here's my cash app.
Or, even better, you could go on to find us on Anchor and watch our videos 500 times.
There you go. What are we up to now?
8 cents, I believe.
All right.
That's why I figured in 500 times. That way you still get your half. I get my half to buy the video game.
There we go.
So, yes.
We'll be like Scrooge McDuck swimming in pennies. Woo!
Yeah. Well, if we get more sponsors, because I think you have to get more views to get higher up in the tier. You get more sponsors, you get more ads. But just with that one ad, you only get that I had to record that you only get a penny per thing. So yeah, 500 views. Go watch on repeat. Give us 500 views so we could get the video game.
That's all we want. Just get the video game. That's all. And our goal's complete. That's it. We had I only watched the first couple episodes. I'm gonna have to go back and watch them because I don't think I have ever watched the entire. Or if I did, I completely forgot. But the Freddy's Nightmare series, and it actually, of course, had Robert Englund in it, and so.
I actually forgot about that. I don't know if I ever watched that or not. I don't remember.
I don't think I ever watched it. I watched the first couple episodes. I sort of remember the first one. The second one, I didn't really remember at all. They were like, it was weird because they were like killed by this biker, and she's in the hospital, and she's like having these weird dreams that the doctors are gonna cut her limbs off, and she's the only survivor, and it was just really crazy stuff. So, but I was like, I don't remember ever watching this. So. But watching shows that I keep up with and then watching some older TV shows, and it's just hard to keep up with everything. There's so much. Can't do it.
Yeah, trying to watch our like regular shows plus watch like stuff we need to like for research. I call it homework sometimes.
It's more fun.
Right. Plus, I have even though I don't work, I have to make dinner. I have to go get my son, do this, blah blah blah. And it's like I can't always watch stuff all the time.
It's like I wish I could just get paid just to sit here and watch stuff. If I got paid by the hour watching stuff, oh yeah, I'd be
no shit.
I'll probably catch up on that. And I watched a couple episodes that I totally forgot about. R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour. I watched a couple of them. One of them was Rock and Roll Never Dies, and this kid in a band, of course, obviously, and the one friend's like about to kick him out because he's not that good. And he's like, oh, it's the guitar. And he meets, was it Meso or some weird guy that has this music shop, and everything's 50% off, but he practically ends up giving him the guitar. And of course it makes him better, but it like drains their energy. And of course, it like kills them. They have this contract that he signs that he doesn't read, kind of like a deal with the devil type thing. And then they end up having like a battle at the end because the friend's got the drum set, because at first they're really good, but it's basically killing them is basically what it is. So
sounds almost like the movie we watched on the last drive-in last night. The first movie was Black Roses, and it was like a metal band that like possessed the teenagers that watched it to turn them into like monsters to like attack.
Yeah, there was a show called Strange Frequency. I don't really remember too much of the episodes. It was on VH1, But the one I do remember had James Marsters, who played Spike on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He's in Runaways. He was in the Dragon Ball Z movie. He's done a bunch of stuff. An Angel too, of course. And he made a deal, become a better guitar player. He had the same guitar as, I forget which artist, but it was kind of like the Crossroads deal. And when he was playing the guitar, like it would make his hands bleed, and he just kept on playing until he bled to death. Yeah, that episode I remember. The others I don't remember too much, but that episode always stuck out in my mind. And Roger Dalton was like the devil in it that like sold him the guitar, and like they would have musical guests in it too, like different musicians and everything in the show, since it was on VH1. But that's all I remember of it. I just remember him playing it until he killed himself, just all blood dripping down.
Interesting.
Oh no!
Yeah, speaking of that, because I brought up The Last Drive-In, that's another TV show. And even though you watch movies, they have a series, so
it's technically a series, sort of.
Yeah, because they have the TV show plus they have marathons, so there's two different versions, but they do have a series. Even though they played two movies, it's still a series.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to watch fun movies and have fun. They have guests. They do crazy shit.
Fun facts, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Random facts, yeah.
Oh yeah, you get to learn a lot. That's on Shudder. I'm sure everybody knows that, but not everybody knows, shockingly enough, that Joe Bob's back. I find a lot of people that'll talk about missing Monster Vision back in the day. It's like, dude, he's back. He's been back for like 3 years.
It's like maybe you crashed the internet. Come on, you didn't even know that. Which is funny. I was going through and I saw on YouTube, I think is it Girly Gore? I think that's her name, Girly Gore, but Felicia, she did an interview at like New Jersey Con and was actually talking to Joe Bob Briggs about that. And he was like, "Oh, he's like, we want people to see it." He's like, "I guess it's good and bad." She was like, "It's good and bad." Like,
yeah, I just don't think he fully understood. I think kind of more now. I think Darcy and them kind of explained it, but he's older, so he probably doesn't understand like the internet as much. So at first he didn't really understand it as much. I could be wrong, but that was my take. It could have been just all play for the show too, but because Joe Bob is just his character, that's not actually how he is. But so yeah, he might just not fully understood what crashing the internet was. But yeah,
that was crazy. Like, what? We can't watch our show. What's going on?
Yeah. I was so upset. I tried watching it. It was like the whole reason I got Shudder, because he was coming back. I was debating it for a while, and then I found out he was coming back. I was like, yeah. I bought my first shirt from Fright Rags because I had a shirt promoting it. I still have that shirt. It's held up pretty well. I think it only has like a little tear in it. But I bought my first shirt promoting it. So yeah, I was ready. Then I got hooked onto Fright Rags, so I've been buying shirts from them regularly because their shirts hold up surprisingly. This shirt's from Fright Rags. Has like the whole crew on it and all the movies and marathons that they have done since to the point of this shirt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do make some good T-shirts. I haven't bought any yet, but I've seen they have some really cool designs, and I might have to get something one of these days. I don't know.
They're kind of expensive, but they're well worth it. Like I said, the first shirt I bought with them was like whenever he came back 3-4 years ago, and I still wear that shirt. It's wearable. It hasn't fallen apart. I've slept in that shirt, so
it's my night shirt. I sleep in it every day, and I go to work.
Yeah, I wore it a lot there for a while, so it's held up. It's been washed a lot and worn on a lot.
Of course, the Twilight Zone show I watch every year. I love the Twilight Zone. The original Twilight Zone, of course. I mean, that'll always be a favorite of mine. Can't get tired of watching those. So many good ones. I like the Howling Man, where the guy has to keep the devil locked up in the closet. That's a good one. I can't remember the title of it, but where the guy is dead and he's with his dog. I forget if it was called The Hunt or something like that. Turns out he was dead and he was like going to go to heaven or hell or whatever, and he almost got tricked and the dog wouldn't go. So he's like, "Oh, it ain't no heaven without my dog." and he was saying how the animals know, and so he actually ended up going to heaven because, like he said, it's no heaven without his dog, which is
Right. Yeah, most definitely.
And the Serve Man is probably one of the most famous ones too. It's a cookbook.
Yeah. I actually forgot about that one. That's actually not on my list. I'd forgotten about it. Then they did the remake one with Jordan Peele, which some of those were all right. They weren't too bad. But I'm like so behind. I think I only watched the first season, if that.
Yeah. Well, they even did, I believe Forrest Whitaker was a host. They did like a 90s one. They did a 2000s one. So, I mean, they've done remakes of the Twilight Zone. I forget who hosted the, which one was it? Where there were a few seasons. There was one with, what's her name? From Roswell. And she was also in the movie Knocked Up. Can't think of her name. Catherine. God, I'm gonna have to look up her name. But she was in an episode where she time traveled, and she was supposed to kill Hitler. But the way it turned out, like you can't change history. So she thought that she killed Hitler. Like she actually sacrificed herself, killing the baby, and the maid that was there, or the house, I guess the maid you can call her or whatever, knew what happened or followed her and tried to save the baby. And she ended up rescuing or taking a baby from like a homeless person and saying it was because it looked like the same baby. So she just took another baby, and that baby grew up to be anyway. So you can't change time.
Right, exactly.
I can't believe I can't remember her name. It's gonna kill me. You've seen the movie Knocked Up, right?
Shit, years ago, probably when it first came out and was able to be rented. But I don't remember much more about it. Didn't they have Seth Rogen in it?
Yeah, it was Seth Rogen in it.
That's like the only one I remember is his dog.
Oh, there's Alan Tudyk was like the boss, and he goes, "Can't really say anything, but you might wanna tighten up." She's like, "What?" It's like, "I'm just saying, I'm not saying anything, but you might want to tighten up," because he didn't want to like be being sued for sexual harassment. But he was saying that since you had the baby, he's like, "Yeah, since you had the baby, you might want to tighten up."
Speaking of him, I don't know if it really considers horror. It's probably more sci-fi. But Alien Resident. Oh my god.
Resident
Alien. I always flip it. I don't know why. Resident Alien. Oh my god, that show is freaking hilarious. Season 2 is just now started.
Yep, I've been watching it. Yep.
Yeah, we have 2 because it drops on Peacock Thursdays because it airs on normal cable on Wednesday. And then it goes on to Peacock on Thursday.
Right.
So we'll watch Peacemaker and then watch Resident Alien.
So I guess the last episode of Peacemaker, that was the season finale. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, number 9, the Dragon My Heart, or whatever the episode was called. Yeah.
No, I didn't realize that, but yeah, we watched that. That show's hilarious too. It's not horror, but it's hilarious.
I love the part with the eagle when he hugged. He's like, "This is fucking awesome." He's like, "Dad."
He finally got his picture of it.
He's like, the eagle. That was funny. The woman who didn't believe him, she's like, "An eagle hugged you," and she's like, "It's a miracle. I just saw an eagle hug him."
It's a sign.
Katherine Heigl. That's who it was. That was in that. She was also in Roswell. Not really a horror, but another sci-fi. The original Roswell. That was a good one. I haven't even watched the new Roswell. I think I started the first couple episodes, but it was so weird. I just couldn't get into it. Like they totally switched all the characters and stuff that was going on. Like, I mean, I know they're changing, making different, but they made the sheriff a female. They made one of the aliens gay. I mean, I know they're trying to keep up and, for each generation or person, and have variety. I mean, nothing against that, but it's like, can't you just create your own show if you want those type of characters? I don't get that.
Right. Yeah.
When you mess with something original like that, I'm just like, I can't do it.
I never really watched the original show, and I didn't even know they had a new one. So I
think they're on the 4th season now, or third season, I think. But I was like, I just couldn't get into it. And they changed how they found out about their powers, how they came to Earth and stuff, and they changed the way that they did that. It was like a whole new story. It was just weird. So I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I mean, I might give it another try. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't into it at the time. Maybe it got better. I don't know. But But I know when the original one, they were going to cancel it, fans were sending in bottles of hot sauce because that's what they like, Tabasco hot sauce that they put on everything. So they were sending in bottles of Tabasco sauce to get the WB, because I think it was on the WB at the time before it became, and then they moved it to like UPN or whatever, and I don't know, but they kept it on. And so those channels that aren't around anymore, really, they changed it. So.
Right.
So at one point they even put Buffy the Vampire Slayer on UPN. I was like, what? They just switched it over on season 6, I want to say, the last couple seasons. Yeah. So
I was watching a show, I guess it would consider horror. I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was called The Girl in the Woods. It's on Peacock. And it's more like a teenage drama with monsters, to be quite honest. It's slightly boring. At first, it turned out all right. It's almost like you know the movie The Village, right?
Right.
It's almost like that, but with monsters thrown in, like actual monsters thrown in it. You know, because there was this like secret group that lives away from people, and they protect this magical door that contains these monsters. But some monsters get out, and this one person from the village like goes to the town, and they have to like fight, but she's like a teenager and meets up with these other teenagers, and these 3 teenagers have to fight these monsters, and it's all right. Like one of the best characters is this kid named Nolan, and they're non-binary, but the character is just absolutely amazing. But then he like, I should say they fall short at the end. It's like they make this person like super great, and then towards the end it's just like, eh. But I don't know, because I really liked Nolan, and it's just like, I don't know, towards the end it just kind of dupered out. But I don't know, like I said, it's more like a teenage drama with monsters. If you like that kind of thing, check out Girl in the Woods.
Never seen it. Is that something on Netflix, you said?
It's on Peacock.
Oh, Peacock? Okay.
Mm-hmm. I watched it just because it said it was like in the horror genre. I mean, yeah, maybe. But it just seemed more like, towards the beginning, it was probably more like a horror show. But then as it graduated, it turned more into like a teenage drama type of thing. And it's just like, I don't know. I was interested at first, and then I got uninterested. And then I was like, I don't care about this show anymore, but I made a commitment. I'm watching it now. There's only like 6 episodes, I think, maybe more. I don't know.
Oh, so it wasn't really too long then.
No, I don't even know if they're doing any more of it, how new it is. I didn't really research it. It's just like, I don't know. I'd say the best character, in my opinion, was Nolan. And that's not even like the main character.
So it's like The Village, but with a monster. Or
pretty
monster.
much. Like a teenage drama, The Village type movie with monsters.
I'm just seeing if I can find it on my thing here. Girl in the Woods. Yeah, I might have to check it out, though. Just to see.
Yeah, at first it seemed pretty good. Then as it continued on, like towards the end of it, it's just like, I don't care about the show anymore.
Oh, it's got 8 episodes. It came out 2021. I think I mean, I didn't see it yet, but I recognize the cover to it with the girl and the 2, the one with the flashlight. And I guess, was she holding a knife or something? I can't tell what she's holding, a weapon or.
I don't know. I don't remember what the cover art looks like, but.
Let's see. Mysterious cult-like colony that guards the world from monsters hidden beyond the secret door.
It seemed interesting. I checked it out, and like I said, I ended up falling in love with the Nolan character. But I don't know, just towards the end, it just seemed kind of like it fell short almost, and turned in more like a teenage drama. But that's just my opinion too. You know, other people might like it, but it's basically 3 teenagers, one of them being part of the cult, the other 2 not being part of the cult, like fighting these monsters. And I don't know. I wasn't super impressed. I was at first, and then I wasn't. There was another one. I believe this one was Korean. It's on Netflix called Hellbound. I literally fell asleep every time I tried watching. And it seemed pretty cool because these like monsters. It's like you find out you're gonna go to hell, and these like monsters like come up out of nowhere and just like beat the shit out of you in public and send you to hell and like burn your body to a crisp. But I don't know. I don't know if I was just way too tired. It's just, I could not watch an episode. I literally fell asleep every time I watched it.
It sounds kind of interesting. It sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, the trailer looked really interesting. What I saw of it was really kind of interesting. It was kind of slow, but it was still interesting.
Hey, it's a slow burn.
Kinda, yeah. I'm not good with slow burns, so it could have been.
It's called Hellbound. It's a slow burn. Burn in hell. It's a slow burn in hell. Okay.
But yeah, then they started like focusing just on like one person that was going to go to hell. I guess is going to put on TVs or some shit. I said I was kind of in and out of sleep sometimes. Instead of like having the monsters just come out and like attack people, they started focusing on just one person. And I don't know, it might have been too slow for me or something because I could not stay awake for that show for nothing. So I don't know. If you like kind of slower stuff, it's by the Train to Busan director, so I don't know. Maybe I was just too tired to watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not, if they took it off. And they ended up canceling after the second season, which I was really mad because the way it ended was really good. Santa Clarita Diet with Drew Barrymore.
Oh, yes. The way they ended that too, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I won't say why in case somebody wants to watch it and don't want to get spoiled, but they left it the way they left it, they could have definitely carried on.
Yeah.
And
or even if they just did a movie just to end it or something,
yes.
Like a comeback. I mean, I don't understand. Like, they put on all this crap and then they cancel all the good stuff. It's like, why? Why do you cancel all the good stuff? You just tease us with all these great shows. And
yes.
Then, yeah. I think we talked. Well, of course, we talked about when Clinton Carney was on, since he designed Mr. Ball Legs that was coughed up. But
yeah, Mr. Ball Legs is so funny.
The
little meatball spider.
Yeah. But yeah, a little description says here on Internet Movie Database. Of course, Sheila and Joel are married real estate agents who live and work in Santa Clarita, California. When Sheila dies, their lives take a dark turn. So basically, she becomes a zombie and just trying to eat and everything. And her husband gets pulled in, and it's kind of like a whole twist, like, what the hell's going on? But he wants to keep her alive. And the daughter is hilarious.
Yes.
I like when she pretends to take the hand, she's like, oh, I'm fine. They were freaking her out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that show was amazing. I was sad to see it.
And then Nathan Fillion was even in it. It's like, what?
Yes.
He has such a great cast.
And Timothy
Oliphant.
Yeah, as the husband.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great.
Let's see who else was in it. Those are just like supporting Nathan Fillion, Joy, Oscar Mansky. I don't know how to say that last name, but trying to see who else is like well known in that. A bunch of like supporting people were in it. Oh, Andy Richter had a part. Oh, even Alan Tudyk was in it too. Speaking of, yeah.
So you guys forgot Alan, which he was also in Firefly.
Now, I don't remember his character. I remember Nathan's character, but I don't remember Alan's character. But it's been a while since I've watched it. I'm pretty sure if I watched it, it's like, oh yeah.
His character's name was Gary.
Yeah, still didn't have to see him.
He was also in Firefly with Nathan Fillion as well.
Of course, yeah.
I don't know if is Firefly even horror related. I don't know.
It's sci-fi. It's not really horror
because he keeps bringing up Firefly, so I got to mention Firefly.
Great show though.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Of course, I got the Serenity tattoo from. I don't know if it's there, but yeah, this is
that one on top or bottom?
The top. The one below it, that's this tattoo that Faith had in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the tribal tattoo that she had. Yeah.
Yeah, two shows I'm not familiar with. That's why I don't recognize.
Firefly is you got to watch Firefly, and then The Moose Serenity. It's such a great show. It's like a space western, and yeah, so it's interesting. It's got a bunch of comedy in it, and you got the space hooker that's on the ship. Well, she's a companion, but yeah.
Gotcha. Wow. Is it anything like I can't remember her name in the movie, but the SpaceX android? Or Jason X, not SpaceX. I don't know where the fuck I got SpaceX. What the fuck is SpaceX? I don't know where I got SpaceX, but Jason X android that wanted nipples.
Well, there's no nudity or anything in it, really, so it's not like anything like that. But yeah, she just goes off. She's like basically companions. They even go to like the school to become companions and train, and they're like basically high class hookers, basically. And they'll speak like random Chinese every now and then. And so.
Interesting.
Space X android. What was that, Hobbs? Space. Oh, I guess it's the new tag. What the fuck is Space X android?
Something I apparently made up.
It'll be trending by the end of the night.
Yeah.
SpaceX. They just have sex in space. That's all it is with androids.
There's probably something to that effect out there. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, when you talk about that, that's what made me think of the android in Jason X, the one that wanted nipples because another girl had him. But I don't remember the robot's name. But Wild Eye release. I don't know. Does Wild Eye get that crazy? I don't know. I'm not the
SpaceX android. There we go. Yeah. What was the other one? Well, I haven't watched it yet, but Predator World, I guess, is supposed to be like a bunch of whole nudity and stuff in it. Like, wasn't expected. Oh, really? I don't know. Was it Hobbs? Did you do the review of Predator World, or was it Joe? I forget who did that, but I remember someone saying it's like totally not what you would expect. I think it was Hobbs that did it, to be honest. But yeah, that could be a Wild Eye movie.
Interesting. Another one I found on Peacock, which it only has 2 episodes, and I don't think the way it plays out, I don't think that they're going to have any more. But it's called Firestarter Rekindled. It's on Peacock. It has Dennis Hopper and Malcolm McDowell in it. And I don't know if it's kind of like a prelude, because they are doing the new Firestarter movie.
Yeah, that came out a while ago. I think they aired it on either Sci-Fi or USA. It was a mini series or whatever of like
okay.
Grown up. Yeah,
it answers the question if Charlie can have sex, though. Put it that way.
It's been a while since I've seen it. KM14, is that something from a movie, or?
I think that's the android's name that I was trying to think of.
Jason X. From Jason. Okay, yeah, the wannabe nipple bot.
Yeah. And I think of I don't think Good Omens could be considered horror, but that's another good one too. Has David Tennant, and for the life of me can't think of the dude's name, but David Tennant is like the demon type of thing, and the other guy's like the angel, and they kind of work together. It's quite funny. Yeah. I don't know if it really considers horror. It's probably more sci-fi. That's a good one to watch too. They got another season coming out. Like when their season came out, they were on Prime, I believe, and people were petitioning Netflix to get it canceled. For some reason, people thought it was on Netflix.
Okay.
It was either that or the other way around. I'm pretty sure it's on Prime. So I think it was on Prime, but they was petitioning Netflix. It's like, you're almost there. I like Nipplebot better. Yeah.
Yep.
There's another movie. We call it Nipplebot. There's a title.
That's the next Wild Eye movie.
Yeah, there you go, Nipplebot.
I'll see if Jeff or someone wants to write it. Be like, hey,
We're a treasure trove of ideas.
One of these days, they're just gonna be making them. Oh, where are my nipples? Where are my nipples? No, but it like well, it'll be such a low budget film that we'll just have like a box, an actual cardboard box, and it'd be like, nipple ball, where's my nipple balls? And we'll just do a short and be like, oh, I'm sorry, here we go, boop boop, draw them on.
I got enough green screen stuff here. We can make something work.
Nipples on it. Nipple
I
bot.
got a whole big sheet upstairs. Plus, I got other stuff we could drape like green screens around.
Hub says, "Nipple bot, passions of the teat."
Oh my God, Hobbs, come on.
I saw there was a funny song parody to Pokemon called like Tittymon. It's like, I want to see your titty. I forget, but it's like to the Pokemon music. It's I'll never be able to hear it on here, but I actually saved it. I recorded it or screenshot because it was funny. Where is it here? It says circle dot. We got that nipple bot.
Got that nipple bot.
Let's see, where is it here? I think it might be this one. Let me make sure that's the right name. Let's see. I don't know if I accidentally. I hope I didn't record. Oh, here we go. See your titty breast. You please pull them out. And if you follow my request, I'll put them in my mouth.
Now, if that was, I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. If that wasn't copyrighted, I could have put that to my little dance party that I made. And I could have had all those guys dancing to the.
It probably isn't copyrighted because, I mean, they already took, I don't know, but. Yes, I come across some random stuff, I know. Like, well, so much for our TV shows. We got now our new movie idea
for a little bit with nipple bots.
It's our new movie idea from TV shows to nipple bots. You know, we never know what we're gonna come across here. Oh, Aaron's here too. Hello.
Hi, Aaron. Welcome to the nipple bot stream.
Well, remember, titties. That's all it is here.
The titty song.
Titties and nipple bots. I mean, that's all
that I made that you could find on my channel, the titty song. Or you could find it on Anchor. Watch it 500 times.
Come to the House of Horrors for the best time ever.
The first time ever.
Oh.
Yeah. Just put the titty song on repeat.
That's all it is. It's like, hey, if they can have the rain sounds for 24 hours, let's have the titty song going for 24 hours.
I'll put my VP on to rotate.
Just have it going around in a loop.
The world every 30 minutes.
The new streaming appy booby.
Oh, shoot. Trying to find a series in here that would be a good segue from nipple bots, but I'm not finding one remotely close.
Anything? I was like, well, no, nothing with robots.
I'll just pick Truth Seekers. It's not really horror, well, kind of horror because they're like ghost hunting, but it has what's his name? Nick Frost, Simon Pegg's buddy from Shaun of the Dead, has him in it. It's quite funny. So it's on Prime. They only have one season so far, but it's a definitely good watch. If you like that kind of humor, like the British funny kind of humor, like what's in
It's like one season so far, it probably got canceled because it's good,
Right, yeah. I think it just started last year, maybe. Nipplebot Passion of the Jugs. Everything's the passions with the Nipplebot.
Passionate, yeah.
One is kind of appropriate to say. Yeah, Castle Rock. I don't remember. Was that like 2 seasons? I don't remember. But it was Stephen King based stuff. I know the last
Which one was it?
Castle Rock.
Oh, Castle Rock.
Yeah. There's 2 seasons.
Yeah, they're different ones. I know the second one was like a Dolores Claiborne character was in it, and then I forget what the first one was about.
Yeah, I don't remember the first one either, but I remember the second one. It had yeah, was it her? Annie? No, it was Annie Wilkes.
Oh yeah, Annie. I don't know why I said Dolores Claiborne. I meant Annie Wilkes. Yeah.
But the second season was really good because I remember it, but I don't remember what the first season was about. But of course, Stephen King, there's going to be little Easter eggs all through it of other shows.
Books of his and stuff, yeah, and they all take place in Maine, of course.
Yeah.
I can't remember from the first season. I think they had even mentioned like Christine, and then there was like missing posters of like the kids from.
Oh yeah, there was the car was in it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like one of the starter things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the car, the Christine car. I'm pretty sure they referenced Cujo a few times.
Yeah.
Jack Chalmers, whatever the fuck his last name. His niece is one of the characters from The Shining. I'm just not saying his name right.
Oh, Torrance, yeah.
Torrance, that's it. I was trying to remember it, but it just wasn't coming to my mind. But most of his stuff has Easter eggs, and even in the books, there's references all throughout that. Like, I'll segue into Mr. Mercedes. Like the book,
Mr. Mercedes is a good one. I didn't watch the second season, but I saw the first one. I
read the first book, and I read like half of the second book. And the first season is really close, not like exactly, but the first season is really close to the first book. The second season is the second book it jumps a lot. That's why I was having trouble like sticking to it. It's like one chapter would be like one time period or like one story, and the next chapter would be another story. So there's like 2 different stories going on in the second book. So they split, like season 2 is like one of those stories, and season 3 is like the other story. But I didn't finish that book, so how closely it gets to that, but there's definitely elements from about as far as I read to it in both of those. So if they ever make any more, because there's 3 books in the series, so if they make any more, they could go off the third book.
Yeah. I forget which movie. I think they're doing like another Stephen King car movie. I forget what it's called. From a Buick 8, they're supposed to be doing that. But then I heard also that they're going to redo Christine. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Firestarter.
Yeah. I mean, I know they're remaking a lot of Stephen King stuff, but it's just like, I mean, yeah, it's cool. I mean, some of them are good remakes, but then it's like, I mean, we already sort of know the story. Let's see some ones that haven't been made yet.
Right, exactly.
Like they're supposed to.
Aren't they supposed to do Salem's Lot again too?
Yeah, they're doing Salem's Lot. There was talk they were going to do The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, but I don't think they ever made that movie. They were in the talks of it. But yeah, I mean, there's ones that they haven't made that I'd like to see. Like, I don't know.
Right,
why.
yeah.
I don't know why they keep remaking the ones we've already seen.
Yeah. Right, and there's like so many stories, and even some of the short stories have been turned into movies. Mm-hmm. So you don't even have to pick a whole novel, just pick like one of the short stories and go from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's got a shitload of content you can pick from. Like The Outsider. That's based on Stephen King, but it's been so long since I watched it and I wasn't able to rewatch it to refresh. Mm-hmm. So I don't remember what the storyline is. But That's another Stephen King TV series. I didn't put it on my list because I didn't remember enough about it. I just remember it's Stephen King.
Yeah, where he was framed for the murder. The person looked exactly like him. Yeah.
I want to say that there's Tommy Knocker references in that, but don't
Oh, I think they're redoing the Tommy Knockers too. I heard.
really. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised because that movie is kind of cheesy, but it's good.
I liked it though. It was a little weird, but
Yeah, I'm definitely not knocking it, but yeah, it's
don't knock the Tommy Knockers now. No knocking the Tommy Knockers, not allowed.
It's no lawnmower man. So- I'm talking to a dog about customer service. I don't know. So, anyways.
Customer service rep. We're gonna make money.
Okay. Another Stephen King one's The Stand. The new Stand this came out was a series. I don't know if it'd really be considered a TV show though, but it was a series.
Yeah, it was I mean, well, even the first movie it was on television first, so it was a TV movie. So
Yeah.
I still kind of like the first one, even though there's like a
First
bit
one's
more.
definitely better.
Yeah.
I did like Randall Flagg because they used Pennywise's, like the new Pennywise, Bill's, what's his name? Bill's, Skarsgård. They use his real life brother. So now they're both brothers are in the Stephen King universe.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of him, True Blood, that was a great show. I missed that.
Oh,
I didn't
was
really
he
like,
in?
huh?
So was the brother to, what's his name? Andrew?
Well, from the stand, him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in it. He played Eric, and a vampire that was like owner of the club there in Baton Rouge or whatever. God, Fantasia. There we go. That was the name of the bar. I think of it like I know it has a vampire name. Oh, Fantasia. There we go.
I never watched True Blood, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to be redoing that also. Oh my gosh. But I think Alan Ball, who was the showrunner and creator of it, I think he's supposed to be working on it too. So it might be all right since he's working on it. And they did
Depends on how much they let the person work on. Sometimes they'll put the name to it and don't actually let them do very much to it.
Yeah,
just
who
put
knows?
the name on it.
And
Just
maybe
kinda depends.
maybe the new one will follow more of the book than the other show did because they like took it in a whole different direction from the book series. So I haven't finished the books. I forget which book I left off, but they changed so much in it. Like Lafayette, he died in the book, but in the show they kept him on because they liked his character. Instead of Alcide, the wolf that she fell in love with, I forget the character's name, but I remembered he turned into like a tiger instead of a wolf, and like they have shapeshifters and fairies, and she's part fairy and everything, and but yeah, they like totally switched it up from the book and the show. I mean,
That's
there's
good they have other shapeshifters, and I like that. That's one thing I liked about it's not a TV series. Well, kind of, but not really. The Creep Show Christmas special that they had, where they had the Shapeshifters Anonymous.
Yeah.
Against Santa Claus. I absolutely love that. And they had all sorts of different shapeshifters in there. And that's one thing I really liked about that. They didn't stick to just the typical werewolf. They expanded out. There was a freaking turtle. There was a boar. There was a... What else was there? There was something else that was weird. Some sort of cat. And a furry that they just accepted and let be there.
I'm not a shapeshifter, I'm just a furry.
But yeah, it was just the best thing. I absolutely love that special. But the Creep Show is another good series too.
Yeah. Yes, there's some good ones on there.
Mm-hmm. And then they got the new ones out too. That's on Shudder. I think it's just been renewed again, if I remember correctly.
For season 4, because they finished season 3, so
yeah,
it would be their season. Yeah,
I was trying to remember what season they're on. I've watched all of them, but I'm just trying to remember. Currently spinning a film called Getaway, a slasher with Scout Taylor. I'm probably not going to pronounce that correctly. Not seen Getaway.
Yeah, I heard about that. I haven't watched that yet. That's actually I was gonna watch that the other night, but I didn't. I was like, yeah. But I heard about that new Scout Taylor Compton. Yeah. So how was it, Hobbs? You gonna do a review on it later?
I just said, anybody's seen that? I have not.
Not yet.
I haven't even heard of it.
I might watch it tonight, maybe. So, or tomorrow. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever I feel like. Because I saw it on there. I just gotta be in the mood for that movie. It's like, what do I want to watch? I go through stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Seen it? Nah. Do I want to? I don't know.
I might check out this new TV show that I got introduced to last night watching Joe Bob and the Last Drive-In. They had the, I'm probably not going to pronounce it correctly, but the Bullet brothers, and they have season 1 on Shudder, and they had them on as a guest for a little bit during the first movie, and they're it's like horror drag queens, but they make like their contestants do like crazy shit and make like sci-fi practical effects and stuff for the show and whatnot. I thought it was just basically a horror version of RuPaul, to be quite honest. And I've been meaning to watch it for a while because like even just that alone, a horror version of RuPaul sounds amazing. But when I was listening to when they was on last night, they said, you know, they make practical effects and like stuff like that for like the show, and one of the, I guess, called brothers, but they're not actually brothers. So I don't know. I thought they were, but they said in the show that they met in like New York, so they're not actually brothers. But one of them said that they like putting the drag queens through crazy shit. Who doesn't want to watch horror drag queens doing crazy shit? So this show sounds amazing. So I was going to start it earlier, but I didn't get around to it. So I definitely want to check it out. It sounds amazing. I have not seen it, so I don't know. But what I heard about it on Last Drive-In last night, it sounds even more amazing than I thought it did.
I might have to look it up. What's it called again?
I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly. The Bullet brothers. It's called, I think, Dracula.
Oh, Dragula or something?
Dragula, yeah.
I think I saw something, like I saw that title when I was going through shows, but yeah.
Yeah, they said something like there was 4 seasons, but I only seen season 1 on Shudder, so maybe they'll release more. Maybe it's been on for a while and Shudder just picked it up. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I've just learned about this show pretty much. But yeah, season 1 is on Shudder. So where you can find the rest of them, I don't know. But as of right now, I know season 1 is on Shudder. But it sounds absolutely amazing.
I didn't know. It was like, I thought it was like some sort of like kind of like a RuPaul drag show, so I didn't.
That's
really
what I thought too, and I was
wasn't
like,
paying any attention to it. I'm like, I'm not gonna watch. I mean, whatever. If you're into that, sure, have fun. But I was like, nah. But now
I've
that
watched RuPaul a few times. It's interesting, but it's not like my type of thing where I watch it like religiously because I don't really like reality TV.
He's funny though. I
love RuPaul.
I saw a clip on God, what was it on Family Feud? Like he said something like so quick, didn't even finish the question, and it was right. It was just so funny, his reaction to it. And I forget if it was Steve Harvey or the other host, but I wish I remember what the question was. But he like said it like so for sure, and it was the number one answer.
Yeah, I absolutely love RuPaul. I've watched the show a few times, but like I said, I'm not into reality shows, so I've not watched religiously, but I do watch it just because I absolutely love RuPaul. I've loved him for like years, but I'm not like a super fan where I know a lot of stuff. I know he's freaking hilarious. But yeah, I think it's called
Brothers, Boulet Brothers, Dragula. Okay. Let me see how many seasons it says here. I guess it says 2016. I guess it came out.
Yeah, it just got put on Shudder recently, so I guess Shudder just picked it up.
Yeah,
they were all dressed up in their I'll call it costumes. I don't know if that's how they dress normally or if there's this dress up for the show, but yeah, they had these white lenses, like contacts in, and They had really cool hair and black dresses. They looked absolutely
Almost
amazing.
looks like Lady Gaga in this, like a horror version of Lady Gaga.
Yeah, they looked absolutely amazing.
Taking a picture of it here to see how it comes out. I don't know how it'll come out on the screen. Oh, it's reflecting too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the light's on. It's too well. Maybe you can see a little. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Never mind. I thought I could show a picture of it, but it's too reflecting. But yeah, I guess apparently there is 4 seasons of it.
I know for a fact season 1 is on. Here I can share a screen. I can show a picture of them.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be better than my reflective photo.
Okay. Incoming.
All right. I guess I'll approve it.
But yeah, they didn't have these really cool dresses on last night. They just had just normal black dresses on. And I'm assuming these people along the bottom are contestants. I don't know. Can you see my cursor moving or no?
Not right now, no.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was on that screen or not. But yeah, they had the white hair, but it was styled differently, and they had those white contacts in. But yeah, they were on during as guests during the first movie last night, and their show sounds absolutely amazing. I mean, look at these costumes at the bottom. I never even noticed like the other contestants' costumes. That is freaking amazing. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out. Let's stop sharing now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show looks amazing.
All right. Well, now that I know what it is, maybe if he tortures them, that might be fun.
But yeah, that's what I just originally. I was gonna watch it just because I thought it was like a RuPaul like horror version, but now I found out there's a little bit more to it. I definitely want to watch it. But I was gonna watch it either way.
Yeah. Well, something else to add to my list of 1,000 things.
Right.
And speaking of like torturing people and stuff, it's not on anymore, unfortunately, but Elevator with the Soska twins. That was great, Jen and Sylvia, where they had to each level the contestants and they had to go like through the whorehouse and complete missions and find stuff. And they would like know their fears before the show. So they would have like rats or bugs or whatever. And they even had like a saw room, kind of like where you digging bodies. They have people jumping out, like pretty much everything. Like it's just whatever scares you in each level. And then the last one, they had to search for the money and everything. They got like $5,000, but they had to go through this terrifying house, and they would like guide them through on the walkie-talkie and steak pits. And yeah,
that sounds interesting. I don't think I ever heard of that.
What the hell, Elevator?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I could have heard it and just don't remember it, but it doesn't sound familiar whatsoever.
Elevator was awesome. And then Jen and Sylvia were like in the control room watching and laughing and everything and making fun of them. And so, like, it's people who think they're so brave and then they freak out in the different levels in the warehouse. And
sounds pretty awesome.
So,
but yeah, I don't remember that whatsoever. I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
It was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is or not, but just search just search Elevator, and yeah, it was a fun show. It was on actually I think it was on the Game Show Network even that they had it on at one point.
Interesting.
So it's like, again, all the good stuff gets canceled.
Mm-hmm. I know, like I think Sabrina is canceled. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. We watched that every time a season popped up. We would like binge watch that season like that day.
I haven't finished the last season. I watched them all, but I haven't watched the series. Like, yeah,
I haven't watched it since it first came out, so I don't. My brain's not like fresh with it. But I know sometimes it like crossed with Riverdale, but I never watched that.
And I'm so behind on Riverdale. That was like a show I was caught up with, and I haven't watched the last couple seasons.
Yeah, I've not seen any of Riverdale. So like any of the crossover episodes that with that on Riverdale, I don't know anything about. But
yeah, I forget if she's coming on Riverdale or if they already had her on Riverdale or whatever happened.
I don't know.
That's weird though. It's like it's the same universe or whatever, but there's no magic in Riverdale. And then all of a sudden Sabrina pops up. Like, what the hell? Like, that's weird.
Well, I think it's because like originally when those comics came out, there was crossovers.
Yeah.
I think. I'm not like a big into it, but I remember like the Archie comics a little bit. I never read them, but I remember of them.
Yeah, so I never really. I don't think I read them either. But.
Trying to think. What We Do in the Shadows. Another hilarious one. I just got done watching, unless another episode's popped up, but I think I'm caught up with that. That show's freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Jackie Daytona, just drinking a human beer.
And that's the one where he has the toothpick that makes him unrecognizable.
Yeah, my human disguise. Yeah, they got another season coming, but if you, you're probably all caught up if you saw what happened to Colin, then yeah,
but if you watch like all the way, say if you watch, you got to watch all the way through, so I don't get too disheartened when you see what happens with Colin. But yeah, I can't wait to the next episode. That shows is freaking hilarious. And her and her doll getting in fights and her fighting
because of her soul. Like what happens to a vampire when they die and she souls from the doll.
I liked how it like jumped into the different things and they were like chasing it and then it turns into this like giant rat.
Yeah.
A balloon rat at that. But yeah, they just like come up with the craziest ideas.
Yeah. The movie was good too. I don't know if you had ever watched the movie.
I've watched the movie, but it's been so long ago I don't really remember much about it. But I like the TV show more.
Yeah.
I remember that.
But, yeah, I kind of like the show more too. There's so much more to it.
Yeah. I remember I didn't hate the movie, but I know I like the TV show more, but it's so freaking hilarious. Especially when they had the Vampire Council, where they had like
they had Blade,
Danny Trejo, they had Pee Wee Herman. I know that wasn't his name, but
from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, his character, yeah.
And but people know him as Pee Wee. So, I don't remember who else was, and it was listing off like all the other vampires that couldn't show up. Like, the guy from Lost Boys. And Brad
they actually had the Queen from True Blood in there too. They had one of the vampires from True Blood.
But yeah, that was freaking their little dance that they had to do. that show will never get old.
Nah, I hope it'll go a couple more seasons, if not more.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least they got to finish the next season, though, anyway, especially after how this last season ended. Like, what?
Yeah. Definitely. You got to know. Yeah, don't do it like we just talked about Santa Clara's Diet. Leave this on a cliffhanger. It's like, really? Don't leave it like that. Come on. We got to know.
No, but it has been renewed, I know. So
yeah.
I forget when it's coming back, but I can't wait for it to come back, though. It's so much fun.
That show's great. And we had the Scream series. I believe that's still on Netflix. I know the first 2 seasons are really good, but the third season, like, just is bad, in my opinion.
I don't think I've watched that third one. It even kind of looked bad from the trailer. Like, didn't even really.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing compared to the first 2. The first 2 was great, but the last season is just. I don't remember what they did, but the third season is just bad. I can't tell you why, because I don't remember. I didn't rewatch it, but first 2 seasons were great. I remember I would keep up on it and watch it, because that and I think Scream Queens was on about the same time, if I remember correctly. Either that or Scream
Queens. They might have been the same time. Man, I wish they would have done a third season of Scream Queens, especially the way that was one where they left it ended again, where it's like, okay, so what about next season? And nope.
Yeah, Scream Queens was another good one that had Emma Roberts in it, and that's the only one I remember from it because I like Emma Roberts. But
of course, Jamie Lee Curtis was in it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Duh! Oh, I forgot about Jamie Lee Curtis.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah, I forgot she was in it. Wasn't her mom in it for like one episode or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
Who's mom?
Janet Leigh.
I don't think so.
I might be thinking of something else. I was thinking she brought her in for at least one episode or like a quick cameo or something. I know she's in like one of the Halloween movies as a cameo, but I was thinking she popped into a TV show that she was on too.
I don't know.
I could be thinking of something totally different too. Then we have like, I don't know if you've seen Nosferatu. I forget how many seasons. It's got 2 or 3 seasons. The last season's kind of I know the first one's not too bad. I believe it's on Shudder right now. The main character's called Christmas, I think. Or he has Christmas Land or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's like a vampire, I think. It's kind of weird.
Oh, not the NOS whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like Nosferatu. I didn't know they did a series of that.
Yeah. I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. But yeah, it's NOS4A2.
Yeah.
It's by Joe Hill, which is actually Stephen King's son.
Right. Yep.
He changed his name to deny that, so he can make his own career with his own name. But if you look at the dude, he's like a spitting image of Stephen King.
Right.
It's like you can't be denied.
He can't deny he's gonna sit on the throne. He's next in line.
It looks just like Stephen King just like melded from like 2 people. Or like split in half and like, voila, new Stephen King.
Right. I haven't finished watching it, but The Strain is a good vampire show.
That's been on my watch list for years, but I've never seen it.
I think
I was going to watch it, and then I found out it got canceled, and I was like, oh, why do I even want to watch it now?
I know, that's the thing. I was like, did it end well? Or that's what I'm afraid of.
Right. But yeah, I was just about ready to start watching it. I forget what season. It might have been on its 3rd season. I don't know. I remember it got announced that whatever it was going to cancel. I was like,
well,
man,
they did 4 seasons. They did 4 seasons, so maybe it ended.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when I heard it was getting canceled, and I was like, well, there's no point in watching. I mean, there might be. I don't know. I just never got around when I heard it was canceled.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, should I get it? It's involved in it. Will I just torture myself and be all upset?
Like Z Nation, it went on forever. I was pretty caught up on that, and then towards the end, I was working a lot, and I wasn't able to be caught up as much. But it kind of got weird towards the end too.
I never did get into Z Nation. So
it's funny. It's a little weird, but it's funny. And then they did Black Summer, like the same people who did Z Nation. They wanted to do a more serious zombie movie, so they did Black Summer. Like the first season, it's great. Second season, I watched it, and I was just like, it's not really the same. It's a little off. I don't know. It doesn't seem the same to me. I wasn't as impressed with season 2 as I was with season 1.
Yeah, that's another one I haven't checked out. Black Summer.
Yeah, I really liked season 1. It's just season 2 was just like, I don't know. There's something about it. It didn't seem like it was really a continuation. But maybe I should have like rewatched the first season or something. I don't know. Maybe I was just remembering things incorrectly, but it just didn't seem the same.
Right.
Just to me, anyway.
Black Mirror is a good one. I like that. It's
been on my watch list forever too.
And it's good because it's not like it's a continued series. It's just different stories and stuff. So it doesn't.
It's kind of like American Horror Stories, but each episode's different, like the stories.
And if you look the way they're numbered, they number the episodes backwards. So you like episode 1 is like 6, 5. Yeah, it's like mirror image. Yeah, but there's some good ones of that. So.
And did they do a movie or one of the TV shows was interactive?
You could choose what happens. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I remember that's when I got interested. It's like, oh, I'm going to watch this. And then I never got around to it. But yeah, eventually I do want to watch it. It looks crazy.
I mean, you can watch any episode, any season. It doesn't really matter because, like I said, it's not like a series that you got to watch in order. So
I want to watch the Miley Cyrus one. I don't know if that's an interactive one or not, but I want to watch the Miley Cyrus one.
That was a weird one. It's not an interactive one. It's just a regular episode.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah,
they only did one interactive episode as far as I know. The rest are just.
Well, I don't remember which one that is, but. Like getting back to like the foreign like zombie films, there's Kingdom. There's not The Kingdom, it's just called Kingdom, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. It's either Korean or Japanese, I think. Something to that effect. I don't really remember. But it like takes place like way back. I think way past like Middle Ages, maybe, because they got like samurais and shit in there.
Oh, I think I heard of that. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but
it's a freaky zombie movie, so definitely worth watching. It is definitely not present time though. It is like way back. It might not even be Japanese or Korean, because honestly don't remember, but it might be Chinese for all I know. But it's like takes place like way back. And it's definitely interesting. Like the zombies, I would say we're pretty close to Train to Busan-ish. I don't remember how fast they move, but they had that movement like they do. 28 Days Later is a movie, plus that's more of a rage virus. A lot of people do consider it zombies, but it is a rage virus.
Yeah.
One. But they still don't have like the movement as the Train to Busan zombies.
Right.
They don't have enough of the, I'll call it bone cracking where they move.
Or the Intelligence Chapter.
I don't know. And one good series I really liked, it was on Hulu, and I got really into it, and I finally got canceled. I don't remember how many seasons it is, but Freakish. It was like some sort of like, I'll call it almost like a nuclear blast happened outside, and these students have to stay in a school, but some of them get transformed into this, like some sort of like, it was either monsters or zombies or something. I wasn't able to refresh my brain on it, but I remember it was really good. I liked it. I was really sad to see it got canceled. Huh?
I haven't seen that one yet, but since it got canceled, I don't know if I want to watch it now.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember how many seasons. It was like 1 or 2, maybe.
I think it's 2 because I remember seeing like.
But yeah, I really liked it, but I was really sad to see it go. But yeah, I liked it. It was pretty good. That Stan Against Evil. That show was awesome. It got canceled as well. But it was like their play against the Ash versus Evil Dead.
Right.
But their show was a little bit more on the funny side, but more made for TV, because Ash versus Evil Dead was more gore.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It still has the funny aspect, but it was on more of a premium channel, so they was able to do more. But the Stand Against Evil, it was so funny though. I'm pretty sure there was like some sort of transforming horse or donkey or something. I don't know. They had some weird shit.
Transforming donkey.
It was something to that effect. I don't remember. It might have been a shapeshifter. I don't remember. But it was freaking hilarious. It was probably just as good, if I would say just as good, definitely not better, as Ash versus Evil Dead.
Right.
Which I've never seen the last season of that. I don't want to watch it. I was like, I love the show, and I found out it got canceled. I was like, no, I can't bring myself.
And the way they ended it too, it's like, no. I thought they would at least do one more season or a movie or something, and that's how they ended it.
Yeah, I own all of seasons, and I'm able to watch it whenever. It's just I can't bring myself to watch that last season.
It was good, but it was also like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, as much as I love it, I just couldn't bring myself to watch it. Like, no. I'll watch it eventually, but I just like I can't.
It's like, no, why?
And of course, we got, speaking of zombies, we got The Walking Dead, Fear of the Walking Dead, World Beyond. There's, I think, 2 spin-off series coming.
Yeah,
I want to say 2.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah, I know one's going to be like Daryl and Carol.
Daryl and Carol.
Called their own Carol situation.
And I don't
No, this
remember.
was Daryl.
Oh, the other one has Terry Crews in it.
Oh, I think
I
I
don't
read
remember what it's going to be called, but the other one that got announced just recently, Terry Crews is going to be in it.
I think I read that. Yeah, I forget. God, what's the new one?
Oh,
called?
I was going to do the news, but it's kind of hard for me to go live. But yeah, I was going to. But yeah, Terry Crews is going to be in one of the new spin-offs.
I read that.
Like,
Yeah, that should
yes.
be weird.
Thank you.
I'm like, wait a minute. How is he? Like, he's just, I don't see him as a serious. I mean, like, everything's been comedies. So, I mean, obviously he's going to pull it off. But, I mean,
give me more Terry Crews.
Let me guess. His character is just going to be shirtless the whole time. That's it.
I don't know. I remember
what's funny is, it's not horror related, but there's a show called That's My Jam. I don't know if you've seen it or heard of it with Jimmy Fallon.
I haven't, no.
Okay, well, they get celebrities. The first episode, they had the voice cast members on there, Pharrell, Ariana Grande, Kelly, and Blake, and they do teams, and there's all these music games, and they have to, like, guess games like music and chords or different categories. Then they have, like, this wheel that they either do lip sync karaoke, they change the lyrics of the song, or the music of the song is, like, to another song, and they have to sing a song to that, like put in the lyrics to another song and a whole bunch of stuff. And at the end, they have a challenge where they get sprayed with water. They each sing a song, go back and forth, and then there's fill in the blanks of the next lines. And when Terry Crews was on it, guess what song came on? Making My Way Downtown. So it came on, and it ended up landing on him, and he knew all the lines, so they won. He was like, as soon as that got picked as the category, he was like, he did this.
Did he have his dancing boobies?
Oh, of course he did that.
You can't have Terry Crews without the dancing boobies.
But it was funny that they played that song. It's like it like spun, and that's how it landed. And it landed on his team. And when he was singing his words, there was all the blanks, and he of course knew the song. He did it on lip sync karaoke. He's done it in movies. Like, that's like his theme song pretty much. So it's kind of
that
funny.
sounds amazing.
So it's kind of funny that it ended up being his song on That's My Jam. But yeah, anyway.
Oh. And I got of course, The Haunting of Bly Manor and The Haunting of Hill House.
I still haven't watched Bly Manor yet, but
yeah, you don't want to check the little girl in the well. Just put it that way.
What?
There's a little girl in there. It's splendidly, how does she put it? Splendidly something or other. I don't remember. But she says this phrase so much, you just want to chuck her in a well. Like, oh my God, just stop.
I thought something, maybe she was thrown in a well in the show or something.
Honestly, I don't remember. I want to say there's something to do with the well, but I don't know. But I remember the little girl was so damn annoying, just with her little phrase. It's splendidly perfect or something to that effect. Stupendly perfect? I don't remember. But yeah, you just want to chuck her somewhere. It's like, shut up.
Slasher is a good series. Each season,
I've heard it is. I haven't watched it though.
Each season is its own story, so it's concluded, thankfully. So each season will it won't leave you on a cliffhanger where it's canceled. So that's what I like about it. It's a continued story, and they finish it.
Gotcha. And let's see, we're at
okay, go ahead. I was gonna say Channel Zero is a good one too if you haven't
seen
it.
There's Channel Zero. I've not watched it, but some of the stuff I've seen in like clips is like, oh my God, this show looks amazing. I've never watched it.
And those are different stories too each season. So yeah.
But yeah, Wolf Creek is another good one.
Yep.
It's kind of like the movies. It's like the same kind of effect, but it doesn't like continue from the movies. It's got its own story, but it's like some girls like chasing down the Wolf Creek guy. I don't
Mick, yeah.
Mick, thank you. I couldn't think of his name for a second. And she's like chasing him down, and she's actually a worthy competitor to him. I know, like Channel Zero and Wolf Creek, that's all on Shudder. I don't know if you can find it anywhere else, but I know it's on Shudder.
Mm-hmm.
There was one I was absolutely addicted. I think it's only one season, and I was absolutely addicted. I binge watched this thing. I don't remember how many episodes, but it's a British show, and it has zombies. It's called Zomboat. It's on Hulu, and they're running from zombies from this like canal boat. It's like a houseboat, and but it's like not one of our typical houseboats. It's like really low to the ground, so it could go through the canals. No, not the ground, obviously. The water, not the ground. But
Right.
but yeah, that show. If you like British comedy, even though it's only one season, I was sad about that because I really like that show. I binged the shit out of that one. I think it was only like 6 episodes, maybe.
Haven't heard of that one. Okay, Zombo.
Zombo. If you like British comedy, definitely. Even though it's only one season and it won't come back.
Well, I mean, how many seasons can you do a houseboat of zombies? I mean,
Hey, you're on a boat. You can go anywhere.
I guess
You even know the boat's just like this little canal boat. I don't know if it could go into the ocean or not. Probably wouldn't last long, but you could go along the coast, maybe. And another show that's on Shudder, we got the Eli Roth History of Horror. If you like the interesting, like he talks to like different actors, directors, and whatnot, and you learn a lot about. He's got a lot of knowledge on horror movies. Plus, he talks about other to other people that's been in that and whatnot. It's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know. Would The Boys be considered horror? The one on Prime?
Yeah.
The superhero.
You got some horror elements.
Yeah, there's definitely elements of horror in it. I don't know if it's like, I wouldn't consider it straight up horror, but it's got elements of horror in it. That's season 3. I know in one of the future seasons, I don't remember which one, but Negan's supposed to be coming on there. One of the supernatural dudes,
Jensen, he's a soldier boy, or
he's going to be coming on there. So yeah, they're going to be the supernatural people. They're going to be reunited.
Well, you know why? Eric Kripke does the show. He created Supernatural.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So since it's Eric Kripke's show, then that's why he's getting some supernatural people on, I'm sure. So
I've only watched a few episodes. For some reason, I just never was able to get into Supernatural.
Oh,
I tried. I watched a few episodes. I was just never able to get into it.
It gets so much better. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you which episodes. I know I've seen the Scooby-Doo one. I tell you that for a fact. I've seen Scooby-Doo one.
Well, you got to watch it from the beginning and see all the stuff, how they get into it and how their dad and the history of it. And so, like the first episode, when it shows them as a kid, it's like when it goes to the flashback, it shows what happens to their mom. There was a demon that was over the bed of Sam. Yeah, because he's the younger one, even though he's the taller one, he's the younger brother. Dean's the older brother. But as a baby, his mom's killed by a demon. She's like up on the ceiling and she gets burst into flames and everything. And they got to run out of the house. And I mean, it's really touching. He walks in there and blood's dripping down. He sees his wife on the ceiling burst into flames around her. And, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I couldn't tell you which episode I tried to start from.
And Lucille shows up in it, or Lucy, or whatever the.
Oh yeah, the Lucille when Negan.
He's like, Dad really liked this thing.
Yeah, they made a reference to Jeffrey Dean Morgan going to Walking Dead with Lucille.
Yep.
But yeah, the only episode I could tell you for 100% fact I seen was the Scooby-Doo one.
That was a funny one. And then they finally learn like what death is. They're like, because they've never seen blood or anything.
Yes. I had to watch that because, of course, Scooby-Doo. I'm absolutely obsessed with Scooby-Doo, so I had to watch that one.
It was called... yeah.
But yeah, I've never watched... But he's into Supernatural, so he's seen all of that. So
Scooby Natural. That was the episode.
I want to see the Courage the Cowardly Dog one, but I haven't been able to find it where I can watch it yet. Because there's a Scooby Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, I thought you meant Supernatural. I'm like, I don't think they ever.
No, I'm talking about Scooby Doo.
I was like, and I've seen every episode. That must be like a lost episode or something because I've never seen it.
Scooby Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. I've been wanting to see that for a while, but I haven't found it streaming anywhere yet. I could buy it on Vudu. I just haven't had the money to.
Right. I think I heard something that they did that.
Yeah.
My control.
There's another fun zombie movie on Netflix, but I think it only has 1 or 2 seasons, but it's really funny. It's called Daybreak. It's a real fun zombie movie if you like the horror comedy ones, but it's not very long. I think it's only like 1 or 2 seasons, but it was fun watch.
Is that the high school kid one or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen like trailers and stuff for it.
Yeah, I really liked it.
So which one was it? Scooby meets Courage or what's
something
it called?
Like that. I don't remember the exact title, but it's like Scooby meets Courage the Cowardly Dog or something to that effect.
I'm just curious to see if it comes up here.
I don't know what the exact title is, but
I think it's like meets because it's always Scooby Doo meets.
Yeah, it's usually meets. Like he meets Batman and everybody else.
Yeah. Meets Courage the Cowardly. Meets Courage the Cowardly. I don't think I've ever even watched Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I wasn't huge into it, but I've seen like a few episodes of it. But like I said, I'm kind of Scooby obsessed, so like I'll watch any of those cartoons. I don't care, like cartoon movie, cartoon like TV series. I bought that new movie Scoob, the newer cartoon. That was pretty decent. It's a movie though, not a TV series.
Right.
But yeah, I absolutely like when he meets like the wrestlers or he meets like the Adam West Batmans
or Kiss. Yeah.
Kiss. There's the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
They met them several times. I'm trying to think who else they've met I can think of off the top of my head. Most ones I can remember are the wrestlers and like the WW. I'll say
there was one with Elvira too. I know that there was a Scooby Doo and Elvira.
Probably.
One. No, there is. I can't remember what's up. Yeah, there's an Elvira one that came out last.
I'm sure I've seen that. I just don't remember it.
Scooby Doo meets the Super Friends. Don't forget that one.
I guess Scooby Doo meets the Super Friends. But yeah, he's had a lot of adventures.
Green Lantern.
But man, I've watched Scooby Doo since I was little. I remember being like really little, probably before he was in school, sitting in our living room with this little bitty like TV tray, like eating my lunch, watching Scooby Doo on TV.
Right.
Back in the good old 80s.
TVs could kill you if they fell.
Yeah. Let's see if
we're still meeting people after all these years.
Yeah, because Scooby Doo's like that TV series is like older than I am. It came out in like what, the 70s?
I think so.
1969.
There's 2 of them we haven't mentioned yet. The Purge, which I know a lot of people complain about that, but I think it goes along the lines of the movies quite well. I really like the Purge TV series. I've watched all of them, I think. I think I'm caught up on that. But I think it goes along with the movies quite well.
Right.
That it doesn't like have any like ridiculous stuff to it. It's just basically a movie broken up into TV segments. And then there's Chucky, of course.
Which we've kind of discussed that in the past, but yeah. It's coming out to Blu-ray, I think what did it say, May or June, I think, or something I saw. And it's got some special features on there and like the legacy of Chucky. It showed the picture of the Blu-ray coming out. So I forget the exact date on it, but it'll be soon. So, and then the second season, of course, they're renewed. So that should be interesting, especially the way it ended. Of course, again, it's like, they better do another season after you end it like that.
Mm-hmm.
What else there? So we got Chucky. It's not on anymore, but iZombie was a good one.
Never watched it, but I've heard stuff about it.
Yeah, pretty much the brains of whoever she ate, like say if it was a singer or martial artist or whatever talent or skill that they had. And she kind of worked as like before the police detective knew she was a zombie. Later on, he found out everything and he still helped her. And zombies are revealed later on in future seasons and everything. But like he thought she was kind of like a psychic or whatever. That's how she was helping them out, like pretending she was psychic. And so,
gotcha.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Dave Chanel that did that?
And then she's on Rose Carp. What's her name? I forget what her name is. I got to look it up. But she's on a show now. It's more of a comedy, but a show called Ghost, where her and her husband, she inherited his house from her great grandmother that she never knew. And there's all these ghosts that live there. And at first they're like trying to scare him. And one of the ghosts, he died. He doesn't have any pants on. He just has like a suit top on. There's a Viking in it. There's the relative of the great grandmother, like her, it's either it's her mom, because she's like a ghost from the 1800s. And it's funny because when they like die, they call it, because they don't know. And the guy from like the 90s or 2000s, I think he's from the 90s, I forget, but he's like the most recent one that died. And they use the term sucked off. And he thinks it's so funny. He's like, dude, don't tell him. She's like, of all the terms you came up with, it's sucked off. And he's like,
I think I've seen that somewhere. Is that on HBO?
No, it's either ABC or CBS. I think it's on CBS.
Oh, maybe it's on CBS. I've seen it on one of our streaming sites.
It might be on Peacock, actually. They might have it on there.
Yeah, because we got Paramount, we got HBO, and we got Peacock. So I've seen it somewhere.
Or no, I bet it's on Paramount. I bet that's what it is, because they do like CBS shows and stuff on Paramount. So I think it might be on
Yeah,
that.
I'll have to check that out.
It's so funny. And the Viking had died there. And let's see. Oh, and then there's the he was like a scout himself, but he taught girls, and he ended up getting an arrow through the neck. So there's a ghost with an arrow through his neck and stuff. And it's just really funny. And then there's a hippie ghost, and it's just, and they can't leave the property because they died there. They're all with, and then there's ghost in the basement that like died of cholera or whatever. And they just stay in the basement. And she finds out she can see ghosts, like, and at first she thinks she's crazy. Of course, she fell down the stairs and she had like a near-death experience. So that's why she can see the ghost, and she like helps them out and everything. And they talk to her. They're all glad now that they have a living that can talk to them. And what they were doing, they're turning that house into a bed and breakfast that they want to do. And, at first the ghosts don't really want that. And then they sort out. It's like this whole, different episodes about them. And it's really funny. I love it. She's like, sucked off. That's the term. And the ghost, he's like, let me have this.
I'm being told it's on Paramount Plus.
It probably is Paramount because that's a CBS show. So.
It says it right here on IMDb.
But
I mean, and they're only like 24 minutes. I mean, it's a half-hour show, but it's cut out because of commercials.
Right? Yeah.
So, but yeah, you gotta watch those. They're hilarious.
Maybe I'll check that out. Either watch that or I'll watch the Blake Brothers tonight.
I'd go with Ghost. I don't know if they've had a new one since the last one or not, because I think it's been a couple weeks. I don't know if who knows, that might have been the season finale of the last one. I have no idea. Oh, and then they have like a Renaissance guy, kind of like from the 1700s, or I mean, not Renaissance. Was it the Civil War or American War? So there's something, I forget which one it is, but it's like a 17 or 1800s ghost. And probably 1800s because they mentioned Benjamin Franklin. He's like obviously gay. Like he makes all these jokes about, or well, not jokes, but he says stuff about men, and then he like changes his comment and stuff. So like he's gay, obviously. Of course, during that time, whatever. Let's see. Ghosts. Let me see what the last episode was. But yeah, like it turns the hippie, she was mauled by a bear, and it's just different ones on there.
What about the Boy Scout?
Which one?
He said something about a Boy Scout.
The Eagle Scout, it looks like.
Yeah, he got the arrow through the neck.
He looks nerdy enough. He deserved it.
And when it reveals his death, how he died, it was so funny. It was a girl doing archery that shot him in the neck. And the way he's like, I'm just gonna sit down. And they're all just looking at him. He's talking about calling for help, and he's like, I'm okay.
By the way, this is on our watch list on Paramount.
I wouldn't be surprised. I probably did that.
No, I did it. It's on my side.
Oh.
But I'm on IMDb's website right now. So I'm trying to work with Apple right now.
But yeah, I think that's all the ones I was able to think of.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's so many more.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we haven't even touched some of them.
Of course, I know you didn't watch it, but of course, Buffy the Vampire Slayer always on the top of my list.
Yeah, we kind of brushed past that a couple times.
Yeah. Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah, how could I forget the Crypt Creeper? I still
Boils and
those
ghouls.
I watched that in high school because when it came back, I think when it came back or when the TV series went to actual cable instead of being on HBO, it was like in the 90s, I believe. I was in high school and we had to write some sort of assignment. I couldn't think of what to write. So I was watching Tales from the Crypt. I stole the episode and I put it as my like thing that I had to write. And I just wrote out the episode and basically how it was and turned that into my assignment. I was surprised I didn't get plagiarism, but apparently the teacher, whoever that was, I don't remember, and didn't watch Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
He said I think it was high school. Yeah, it had been high school.
Yeah. They had some good ones. A lot of good Tales from the Crypt. I like that the hotel or ski. It was either a hotel or ski lodge or somewhere where there was a vampire and a werewolf that were staying there, and they were sort of dating each other. Then they ended up like against each other. I don't know if you remember that one. Where the werewolf.
No, I don't. I'm sure I watched it though. I tried to buy all the seasons on DVD because I don't think they got them on Blu-ray, and I bought them and they got shipped for some odd, stupid reason. They shipped them to Chicago Airport, and they were in the mailroom at the Chicago Airport, and that was their destination. When it got delivered there, it said it was delivered. And I was like, I don't live at the Chicago Airport. It's like, come on. It went there and said it was delivered, and I was like, are you kidding me? That is not nowhere close to my address. So I don't know. It could have been one of those scam things where they try to take your money and like ship you like an empty box or whatever. But they shipped it to Chicago Airport for some dumbass reason. Uh-oh. But yeah, I kept track of my tracking and everything, but one, I'm sure as hell not going to drive to Chicago Airport to try to find that damn package. Because I will not drive in Chicago. I will have a nervous breakdown. I hate Chicago for that reason. Yes, that's why. I damn near smoked a whole pack of cigarettes at an intersection. It's like, no. So your ass is going to go behind. So
you put the crazy man behind the wheel.
Yeah. Hold on and make you drive. I ain't driving no more. I refuse.
At least you slowed down to a half a pack.
But I guess it's all on me now. Well, the two people who are watching, is there any TV shows that you guys want to talk about while we're waiting for Steve to come back? We've covered pretty much all the ones I had on my list.
Oh, did you lose?
Anyone out there?
I know. I'm still waiting. Hopefully this whole situation is resolved and they fix my neck. I'm sorry, Williams. You're waiting. Like
I don't know what happened with Steve, if he lost connection or what. I can't even share, can't share screens or anything, so I can't, show anything. I did make a cool video, though. At least I think it's cool. Made a video. I called it Dance Party. It's just a bunch of videos and stuff put together. It's really cool. I'm not super keen on the song that I had to use, but for using the free music selection that I use, I couldn't find a better one. But yeah, I was practicing my editing, so it's been a lot of my recent videos.
All right.
I was just going on about my dance party video.
Yeah, I heard. It was weird because I was trying to just use my phone like I do and go in, but then it had me backstage instead of coming in. I'm like, what? How can I have backstage? I should be able to add myself. I don't understand that. So then I just plugged the charger back in. So I'm like, wait a minute. Because, yeah, I've done it on my phone too, but for some weird reason, it wouldn't do it on my phone this time. It put me backstage. I'm like, wait a minute, you can't put me backstage. This is my broadcast. Screw you.
Since we've pretty much covered all the TV shows, I couldn't think of anything else. I was just talking about my dance party video. It's not horror, but I'm binging the Mentalist TV show with Simon Baker. If you don't know, it's a cop show. Sounds interesting. I like cop shows. I love me some Law and Order and stuff like that. Oh, that's another TV series. It's not really horror, and I think it's canceled, but Mindhunter, I believe it's called. It's on Netflix, I believe.
Oh, okay.
They go and they talk to different serial killers that are in jail to try to understand the mind of a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of based on a little bit of, I want to say real life story, because I think they actually did that study to try to get their I want to say parameters, try to learn how serial killers work so they could catch them.
Yep.
But yeah, it's different. You get to kind of meet different serial killers. It's like Ed Kemper. I don't remember. I think Ted Bundy. Shoot. I don't remember who else was in there. But it's really interesting. I think Ed Kemper was the main one, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mentalist TV show. That sounds interesting.
I've heard of it and seen maybe an episode, but I never really got into it.
I haven't heard of that one, so I'll have to.
It's not on anymore. It's not on anymore. But yeah, I don't know if it did 6 seasons or 5. I mean, it was on for a while. I know that.
Cool.
So I might check out that movie with Scout Taylor Compton or that drag show, or I don't know yet. Something I'll have to see. But yeah, I guess that's.
There was one. I think it was I want to call it a cop show, but it was that one reenactment show that I watched that I can't think of her, Alyssa, that she was in Velocipaster, but I was talking to her about that reenactment show that she was on,
the soup one or whatever she was talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the show was called, but the episode that's on after whatever one I watched, there's a picture of a girl with this yellow liquid pouring on her face. So every time I go on to what I think is Paramount Plus, every time I go on there, it's watch this next, and it has this girl looking up with this yellow liquid pouring onto her face. It's oh my god, I'm gonna have to watch another episode just to get this shit off my screen.
Oh, there was something called Yellowjackets or something that's out, but I haven't watched it yet. But there's
Yeah, I've
something,
heard that's good, but it's
which is weird.
it's on a streaming thing that we don't have.
I don't know if it's when I did a search for horror on the website that I watch stuff on, it came up under horror show, but I don't know how much of horror Yellow Jacket is, or so I don't know. I'll have to check it out and see. Oh, there were 7 seasons of The Mentalist. Okay, yeah.
Oh, it's on Showtime. That's why we don't have Showtime.
It's on HBO Max, you said?
It says Showtime on here. Huh? Or are you talking about the other show?
Oh, no, Mentalist.
Oh, The Mentalist. Yeah, I can't. I'm on a different thing, so I can't see what's on the comments right now. But yeah, Yellowjackets is on Showtime. And it says Yellowjackets tells a narrative of a team of widely talented high school girls soccer players who survive a plane crash deep in Ontario wilderness. The series chronicles their descent from complicated but thriving team to cannibalism. Wow.
Well, maybe I'll have to check it out if I can. Oh, I think that's what it was. Maybe they did stuff to survive and they don't talk about it, and something in the past comes back to sting them. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm reading on here, so sounds interesting. I can't watch it though. It's on Showtime because we don't have that. But I could look up. Let's see. I can't spell.
It's just mentality.
Oh, they already put HBO Max. Okay, never mind. I don't have to look that up. Never mind. I just saw in the comments that he said that Mentalist is on HBO Max. I didn't see that before because I was on that other tab looking up the Yellowjackets.
Yeah.
Cool beans. I'm trying to think. There's another show going around. I can't for the life of me think of it. That a lot of people are talking about Ozarks, but I don't know what that's about.
Yeah,
I think that's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's not horror though. I don't think.
I have no clue. I don't know anything about it. I don't know how to spell it either.
It says Ozarks, I believe.
Drama series stars Jason Bateman, a financial player who relocates his family from Chicago to a summer resort community in the Ozarks. That's kind of weird, but okay. Because the Ozarks are in Missouri. You're not really getting that far away from the Midwest there, honey. With wife Wendy and their 2 kids in tow, Marty is on the move after a money laundering scheme goes wrong, forcing him to pay off a debt to the Mexican drug lord in order to keep his family safe while they hang in balance. And so yeah, I mean, it doesn't really sound that interesting to me, but it could be. I don't know. I haven't actually watched it. People say it's a mild Breaking Bad on Ozarks. I've never seen Breaking Bad either.
Breaking Bad was awesome. I was a little disappointed with the ending, but such a great show.
I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Of course, because I watched The Walking Dead and it was on the same channel, so I've seen a lot about it. It's just, I don't know, it wasn't really my thing. I have watched Sal a few times. I know, that's why I was saying it. I know Sal is from Breaking Bad. I have watched his show a few times. I don't think I'm caught up on it. Or who are you going to call Sal?
Better Call Sal.
Better Call Sal.
I started it, but then I stopped. And another show I got behind on. I'm like behind on so many shows that I used to watch. I stopped watching them.
Saul, not Sal. Oh, whatever. I said I'm not huge into it. I'm going off.
Saul, yeah. Why am I saying Sal? I'm like, wait a minute.
Hell, I don't know.
I'm saying what you're saying now. Stop it. Stop using
You
the
can't
force
expect me to pronounce everything correctly. See, I'm still not saying it right. They're really putting it out there. I'm a Midwest redneck. Leave me alone. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm not huge into the show. Obviously, I can't even say the dude's name. I'll just call him Dude from now on.
You know that dude from that show too.
You ever watch that dude from that one show that the chick's in? From that one other show that wasn't about a movie?
Yeah.
That's about as far as I could go off memory. Why do I want to save? I don't want to save. Right,
I don't know. Why do you want to save?
On my tablet, I was trying to get off my notes, and it's like, do you want to save? Like, why? I didn't type anything new. All right, whatever, tablet. You're going night-night.
It's bedtime.
You're being weird.
Gonna unplug you.
Yeah, well, technically it's unplugged now.
Well, sleep mode, whatever.
Yeah. Great stream. I'm super tired. Good night. Nighty-night. You
right,
go
night.
bedtime too.
Well,
It's
next,
your night time too.
well, we're doing a early afternoon show next week with Jenna Canal. Canal, however you say her last name, which I'll find out. I'm gonna butcher it right now. I'm sorry, but but yeah. So she'll be on at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. So she was in Terrifier, of course. Bye Bye Man, WandaVision, bunch of other stuff. So we'll see her next week. So you won't be too tired next week, hopefully in the afternoon. Or
I doubt it. So that'd be 2:00 my time. So
yep.
yeah. As far as I know, I shouldn't be. As long as I don't stay up all night.
Yeah, stay up all night, sleep all day. What? Oh shoot! I got a show at 2. I forgot.
Well, shoot! I got so invested in making my video last night. I didn't get to bed until like 5-6 o'clock this morning. I think it was 5. But I started making that video like a half hour after Joe Bob was over, something like that. So about 1:30ish. I started making that video, and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning by the time I was done. So yeah, I put a lot of work in my little dance party video.
Oh, yep. You can re-edit, put the Titty Mon music in it.
Right.
I want to see your titty boob.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea because I get all my music off. If you go into YouTube, I know on the computer you can find it, but if you go into YouTube and go to YouTube Studio, you can find free music there. So I get all my music from there.
It's so weird though. There's still so much copyright stuff that they show on YouTube anyway, but then if you try to use it, they don't allow it. I don't understand that, how some stuff gets.
It probably just depends on who sees it.
Yeah.
So, because I did a gaming stream. It was me, my friend, Mr. Cheeseball. That's his YouTube channel, and Vince from Horror of a Spice. We all played Friday the 13th video game on, I believe it was on Friday the 13th. And we had somebody else in there too, but I don't remember who the other person was. I think it was one of my Mr. Cheeseball's friends. And I was playing that, and my mic picked up like a TV or something of something he was playing. So there was like bits of a TV show going through my mic. So I had to cut like big chunks of that gaming stream out because it said that I played like some episode of whatever it was. I don't remember. Well, instead of playing the video game, because it picked the sound up on my mic.
Right.
So I had to cut. I was going to try to edit it, but at the time I didn't have time. So I was just like, YouTube gives you an option to, when you get one of those claims, to click, cut out the bad parts. So I just like, do it for me. Here you go. I don't have time to mess with this right now. So just clip out the bad parts and
Yeah.
go from there. I didn't realize that my mic was picking up his stuff, so I was a little disappointed because that was fun playing with the guys playing the Friday the 13th game.
Yeah. So we got, but yeah, speaking of like shows, next week early show, and then the next week is also, or the following week after that, the 26th, another early show because they're over in the UK. It'll be 2:00, 1:00 for you. So we got Lindsay Crane and Stuart Spark, who directed Book of Monsters, and then she played Sophie, who was the lead in Book of Monsters. So two. So yeah, the rest of the shows this month will be afternoon shows. So, and who knows? Maybe we'll do a night show too. I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, as of right now, no.
No.
I know none of my people are available.
So
this month right now.
Yep. So got a couple people for Women in Horror Month. So we'll see about the other two. Just. So yeah, it's a challenge.
And we should try to find that one girl I suggested earlier.
Yeah,
I would go mention her just in case she's not available, but see if she's got. I
mean, we could. And she's done a bunch of stuff too with the same people that we've had. So, and she knows. I'm sure she knows we've interviewed the other people. So,
yeah, I think she's about the only one out of some of the movies we haven't talked to yet.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So hey, why not?
So,
but yeah, I couldn't think of her name. That's why I described her. But I don't want to mention her just in case she can't.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it. So we hit our 2-hour mark. Yeah.
Yay.
Not bad. Not bad. We talk our shows. Robots.
No, we still got 2 people watching. Well, one's me though, but we still got one.
Well, I think mine was when I went into the YouTube channel, so it's just us watching us watching.
Yeah, because I keep one up so I can make the type comments because I have nowhere to type, so I keep one going.
And I started to go into it, and I said, "Just a minute, I'll be back." And
yeah,
and I closed that, and I closed out of it, went down to 1. So watching me, watching you. So all right,
no, it still says 2 though. Oh, at least on my phone. I don't know how updated that is.
Oh, I don't know. It says 1 on the stream on my computer.
Oh, okay. So it's probably not updated then.
So, but either way, it was me, so it doesn't matter if it's. Yeah. So yeah, that's who we got the next couple weeks coming on. Jenna next week, 3:00 show, and then Lindsay and Stuart the 26th. So yeah.
I'll try to get this edited and put on Anchor maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Super Bowl's tomorrow, so I probably won't get done until Monday.
Monday, Tuesday, whatever.
Yeah.
So thanks to everyone who watched, who watching the replay, listening on Spotify, Anchor, or whichever. So all right, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.